Hello everyone, we are gathered here to discuss on a topic that cyber frauds. Before knowing how to prevent and how to remain vigilant about cyber fraud, there is a need to discuss about what is cyber fraud. Cyber fraud is a type of crime that uses technology to deprive or exploit people, organization, or government. Nowadays, it become a great problem all over the world. So there are a lot of ways of cyber frauds like debit card frauding, scam frauding, etc.
So as Sanju mentioned about the types of the cyber threats, so let me add into her. So I would be adding the cyber terrorism. I think the most important, and that could affect the whole country at the same time. So what cyber terrorism refers? It refers to illegal threats and attacks against the network or data stored in a system. The intent is to coerce the owner. The owner I'm talking about is the government or the owner of a database for political or ideological objectives. It means cause of widespread social disruptions, etc. The second thing I would be discussing is about the Trojans. So what Trojans is? Trojans mislead the another person into believing that it is a harmless file. So once it is open, the attack system will work and your system will be attacked without even you knowing. So the scammer will steal your all data. And then the third point will be telling about the botnets. So what botnets are? So botnet or robot network is a vicious cyber attacks that involves a group of people or a group of scammers, fraudsters. These what they do, they infect the computers controlled by a single cybercrime. It is harmful that the all infected computers become a part of botnet system. So what happens that the all computers are connected to a single virus. So all the data circulated among them is transmitted to a single virus and it sends that. So it is about talking about the Israel. The intelligence of the Israel uses this. What they do is they give a single miss call to a phone, and these botnets automatically get downloaded into the person's mobile system without them knowing and sends them data. It also uses the auto destructive programs. If they finds that they are going to trouble, that botnet is automatically deleted without even a trace. So now the more thing I'm discussing about the adware. So what adware is very simple. It is a advertising supported software. So when we scroll websites, we come across the many advertisements. So if we misclick on that advertisement, we are redirected to a new web page. Which we do not want to open. So while we are redirecting to the that web page, the software or I would say virus is automatically installing in our devices without knowing to us.
I agree with you, Ajay. Sir, I want to add upon that there are some more types of cyber threat that are being going from time immemorial. For example, the identity theft. It is a type of theft in which a thief tries to steal personal information for their financial gains. And they gather their personal information by making a calls, by stating that they are a part of certain firm or certain organization. They ask for their information, personal credentials, login credentials, and they gather that information and utilize in such a way that they may get be financially aided. Further, they may use their social engineering skills, which is a skill in which they manipulate individuals into revealing their confidential information through social media platforms. They gather more of the information regarding the person from their social media account. That person uploads their data like POB's name and many of the personal information revealing on the social media. They gather that and utilize them to form a bow and arrow against the person so that they can utilize for their cyber theft. And moreover, talking upon the digital era, when a person visits a website, they leaves upon their digital footprints. These digital footprint may be used by the cyber theft or by the cyber cell community. If it goes into the wrong hand, then the cyber theft may happen very awkwardly. So cyber theft people trace that footprints and try to catch the thinking of that person and accumulate their skills to get their more information regarding their personal credentials. So they are much alternatives to get into the data through such digital footprints. So we should always use some antivirus software, malware, VPNs to act a firewall between us and the website we visit, so which will also be helpful in our further net surfings.
I agree with you, Pratyaksh. And I want to discuss about the another type of cyber fraud, which is fraud messaging. What these fraudsters do is that they create a similar account like known companies like Google and Amazon, and they tend to share some links of the websites. When a person sees a message like that, he sees that it is a genuine website because it looks like a similar like Google or Amazon. And when he clicks on that, his or her whole data, like IP address, his phone address, everything is shared to the fraudsters, and which the fraudsters track about their address and their birth date and their phone number, and they can use that to make blackmailing and ask for money. That's why I'm saying that we should be aware of the IP address or the address which is shared on the website link. We should be aware of that.
Now,
So as
as Dikshant,
Dikshant mentioned, uh, it reminds me one of the more cyber threats that is known as the man-in-the-middle attacks. So as also Pratyaksh mentioned about the installing firewall. So what you should install a trusted firewall. So what a man-in-middle attacks works. So about your man-in-middle acts as a middle person, as the name suggests. So if you send a message through that app and it is not end-to-end encrypted, I would not say the app name, but there are certain apps which are not trusted. So that would steal your data. Like the recently Telegram CEO was arrested because of due to.
now I want to add on more point, online shopping scams. There are a lot of online shopping scams a days exploit the rising trend of e-commerce by creating fraudulent online stores or manipulating existing platforms. Scammer decoy consumers into purchasing non-existing or counterfeit products, leading to financial losses and disappointment for unsuspecting buyers. Counterfeit luxury goods, fake ticket sales, and fraudulent online market spaces are common scams for these days, requiring customers to exercise vigilance and verify the legitimacy of online sellers. One more point is there, credit card fraud. Credit card fraud has become a great problem nowadays because we are using technology. Online payment nowadays is a basic thing that we are doing, but it is also become a fraud part. People using our credit card details, etc., for our bank accounts, and they hack our bank accounts and do fraud with us. That's
Actually, I
from
want to add some point. Actually, I want to add some point in Sanju's argument. It is pretty good. So, as we are living in 21st century, so uh, our main task, we are developing society. So, our old database is completely gone through the online services. So, there is a very huge chance we are getting a risk of cyber frauds. So, our technical deal is to manage this type of cyber frauds. The main reason behind the cyber fraud is the trust issues. They build up a trust issues with the customer and on the trap they want to get something. Some of cyber frauds are known as phishing. There are some kind of websites which is much similar to trusted lending websites like make a clone of Amazon, make a clone of some Paytm and all these things. So they can develop trust issues with the people who are going through that. So that trust makes them to cyber fraud. So our government and we should ourselves behind all these challenges. So living in 21st century and AI is for technological advancement. So I think we should take a necessary step toward that so that we are manage ourselves and make our capital. Thank you.
Further talking upon
our
the types of cyber threats
potential.
that will happen, we will be talking upon both are the method how we can be secure from the cyber threat. I will add to it the some of the key points that we should use. Firstly, we should go with the strong password while creating having our login credential. Secondly, not visiting the untrusted links. Further, we should always visit the website that have a log icon on their website search bar, which act as a saying that its website has been protected. Further, we should be aware of the more cyber theft activity that has been going on into the market. And along with further, we should also able to recognize the phishing activities that we should always Before sending our personal credentials or the details to anyone, we should cross-check the identity to the person that we are sharing our information. Further, we should also have data privacy and the protections software installed in our mobile devices or the electronic devices we are being using or serving to protect us from such threats. Along with, we should use a protected platform for making our financial transaction, which will be act as an aid to protect us from such cyber threat as more. Along with, we should also have an organization responsibilities, like if a person or a group of person are working in an organization, they should have a regular sessions or workshops on the cyber app so that they may get a proper knowledge of the ongoing trends in the cyber threat, and they may not act as a tool to be used for cyber theft for the whole organization. So these are some of the measures that we should talk upon and work upon.
We should also continually update our computer or mobile devices because most of the cyber criminals gain access of information by using known software or operating systems that run in our computer or our phones. So the best defense is to keep software, web browsers, and operating systems up to date. This is most effective measure you can take to protect your digital device.
I
Yes,
would
like to add one more point. Two-factor authentication is very important. Enabling this adds an extra layer of security. Even if someone gets your password, they would still need a second piece of information, like a code to send to your phone to access your account. So this is very important. And along with this, we are at the risk of public Wi-Fi risks. Be careful when using the public Wi-Fi, especially for tasks like online banking and all that. So public networks are not secure. So avoid sharing sensitive information on them. And
And
even we
also
should
in today's
now I want to
and
add a
also
more
in
point.
today's
reply to the OTPs and etc.
Now I want to add a more point. Manage your social media settings. When we are using social medias nowadays, so there is a need to manage our account on social media. When we are working on social media profile, the best advice is to keep our personal or private information logged from public eyes. Generally, social engineering, cyber crimes are waiting for such moments to hack the system and get your personal information.
And also, government has a major role in reducing the cyber frauds because the government should run awareness campaigns of cybersecurity, and not only in urban areas. In today's world, the cyber fraudsters tend to target the people that have less connectivity with the today's technology. That's why the government should run awareness campaigns in villages also, because those people are less connected with today's technology, and also in the urban section also. And whenever we are creating an account on a social media platform or website, we should make use of a password manager because cyber fraudsters try a hit and trial method to locate the easiest passwords. Like the most popular passwords nowadays are 123456 and hello world, like etc. So we should make use of a password manager to create a more difficult password so that it cannot be easily trackable by the fraudsters.
So this Dikshant mentioned about the myths of the cybersecurity, about the password is enough protection. This point is very well explained. So I am further adding to him that the simple and the medium sized business thinks that they would not be target. Why would someone target them? Why not Apple? Why not other companies? So that's also a myth. Because data is a data. If you steal data, you can encrypt that and you can demand exchange for the decryption. So there also people think that encryption is not worth it, like there is no need for the multi-factor authentications, etc. Only password, we would set a strong password and that would be more than enough. But that's also a myth, because breaking a password is not so tough, but breaking a multi-layer authentication is a very hard task for any scammers. So many people think, also used to think that deleting a file would delete everything. But that's the trick here. Even if you delete a file, even if you delete from recycle bin, it remains in the computer hardware. So what we can do is either destroying the hardware or either using the software that cleans the data or wipes the data whole completely.
Also, we should secure the weakest links, which are in cybersecurity chain, often the employees using computer or mobile devices connected to organizational network. Regularly, the company should perform exercises with staff to keep them updated on cyber threats and how they should respond to such activities. The more regularly employees will be tested and trainings will be provided, the more they will be aware, and the less will be the chances of cyber fraud with them.
So
So I
now,
would
what
like to add a very clear case study. In 2019, Alibaba Cloud Services, one of the biggest cloud providers, was hacked, so exposing the most sensitive data of all people around the world. So it reminds us that no system is completely safe, and companies must constantly improve their security to protect users' information. So it's our own duty to staying alert, verifying things at each stage when we are online, and before making payments and keeping data secure is the key to avoid becoming a victim of this cyber fraud.
have discussed about cyber frauds, its type, how to prevent. But what happens when we get frauded? So there are many tips how we can prevent and manage when we got frauded. So first of all, act quickly. The sooner you report a cyber crime, the better the chance of resolving it. Also, when we preserve evidence, when we having a evidence to protect ourselves, like save emails, messages, or screenshot related to incidents, provide information to the cyber cell as soon as possible. And when we have evidences, then the invigilator can easily provide us the protection. Provide detailed information to the invigilator also help us to protect ourselves. Follow up, use the provided complaint number to track the status of case. So now, at the last, at last, I want to say that it is not it is not only the responsibility of government to aware people about frauds. It is the responsibility of individuals, organizations, and our also to protect ourselves from the cyber frauds and become vigilant about it. So, ongoing cyber threat is the key to staying ahead of attackers. Another one is proactive measures implementing preventive actions such as regular backup, security audits, and employee training is essential to safeguard against cyber threats. So, when what happens when in the future the technology enhances day by day? So in future we are seeing that cyber threats are increases. So with the use of technology, the cyber force also increases. So we have to remain vigilant about it through the platforms, through the education, through the government policies, acts, laws, and prevent ourselves from getting frauded by anyone.
Cybercrime is not something which we cannot deal with ourselves. Likewise, with little use of our common sense and logic, we can stop cybercrimes from happening. To conclude, we can say that cybercrime is dangerous offense to someone's privacy or any material. Also, we can avoid cybercrimes by following some basic logical things and using our common sense, which we have already discussed. Above all, cybercrime is a violation of not only law but of human rights too. Thank you.